Good morning, collective. I've got a special message today. There's something going on. Something going on because I had this dream last night. It's very, that it'll be significant to somebody, and it could be a warning for somebody that needs to hear. Okay. So let's get into it. So I had a dream. So I'll tell you the dream, and then we'll pull some cards on the dream. Okay. Yeah. So anyway, so in the dream it was like okay, let me think. It was out the front of this building, which was kind of like an old service station, and it was all white, and the windows were painted in. You know how they paint the windows in with white. And at the front of this building, there was a big old, like, brown Fairlane, like, it looked like a Fairlane that, you know, Mum and Dad had when we were kids, except ours was green. This is a big old brown one. And in the window, in the front window, so it was parked like at the front of this old service station. And in the window was like, it's kind of like a collage, a little bit like my, you know, like your you know, like what your social media page, and you have the picture at the back, and mine's got like a collage on it, but this was sort of like in the windscreen of the car. So this is like a platform, right? Like a shop, I guess. But the car was all old, you know, it was old, it was very dusty, you know, like the windows, you can see the windows because it was that much dust and dirt over this car. But the windscreen was like this collage. And to the side of it was these stacked up pallets, you know, that you use for loading stuff into trucks and that. And I was sitting on these pallets with some other people. I don't know who the people were, but there was one person in particular that was actually, that I did recognise as being somebody, this man from this shop that I used to help out at. And we were talking, and there was some other people there. It was kind of like a place like where you're sitting at the front of an old shop, sort of thing, sort of just people just hanging out, you know, having a cigarette, and, you know, just chewing the breeze, sort of thing. And anyway, from that, there was a whole lot of something that happened in between that I don't remember. But inside that building, it wasn't like it appeared to be at the back. It was more like inside the building. It was, you know, somebody's home. But at the front of it, didn't look like anything. But inside it was, you know, like a proper home. And it had like a tiers, like, you know, like you have one section, and then it was going up actually. So I was going towards the back door in this scene. It was like this scene. It was like watching a movie kind of thing. And I was looking from the back, so it was like we had to, like there was an urgency to go through the building. I don't remember actually going through the door. I don't know what the door looked like to actually get into it or anything like that. It was just like I was in it and then turning around and looking back. And there was people, and you know, like it tiered down. It sort of like had a drop deck like type thing, and then came back up again. So it went down and sort of like that. And I turned around and I looked back, and there was people, Caucasian people, running through the building, but I can't remember all the details of it, but it was a massacre. There was people going through and just cutting people up, like. And I turned around and I was looking down, so it was like I was above in a platform and to go outside. So I don't even know whether they were shooting or cutting, but I remember something, I think it was cutting, like a tomahawk or something, people getting cut up, right? And I managed to get out of the back, and I was like then observing the back of the building from where I was hiding. It was sort of like in the back of a garden or something, and there was these people that came out of the building, and it was family, what appeared to be family in the dream, because I can't really differentiate the faces or anything, but there was a mother and a father. Actually, I don't even think it was a father. It was like, it was a couple, but I think it was actually two women. There was an older woman and a younger woman and two children. And they came out the back, like they came out the back, and it was like, it was like in a retaliation attack. I'll put it like that. And these two women came out the back and like made this circle, like it was like a circle on the grass with sand. I don't know why or how they had time for this, but there must have been like a time lapse, like they were waiting for something else to happen. So it's like the first incident happened, and then it was like an inevitability for a second event. So this two women who I believe to have survived the first attack, and two children, probably about 5 or 6, somewhere around that age. And anyway, they had this sand, they built this sand circle at the back of the building, like to the corner of a garden. And they just laid down in it, the two women and the children, an older lady, a younger lady and two children. And they just laid on this sand pad, waiting for the inevitable. Like, that's where they were going to pass away. Strange. Anyway, they obviously did pass away, because then I was at the back again, and then a man, and I can't remember the face, but it was a light dark skinned person with a hoodie, come out of the building, to where I was, and communicated we needed to go back inside to retrieve some things to leave the place. And I was like, I can't go back in there and see all those people being cut up. So he said he would go back in and retrieve what it is we needed to take. You know, it was like, you know, some essential things. I was more, I don't know, I was thinking about my toothbrush for some reason. A situation like that, but you know, like when people are in shock, they think of the most random things. Anyway, so he's gone back inside, and then I've just sort of like gone into the, you know, very sheepishly gone into the back of the door to just see if I could go and get some things, but I couldn't go in there where those people were. And it was, yeah, that was the other thing. Thing was that those people were still there. Their bodies weren't there, but they were still there, the people. So it was like, it was something to do with the building that has still got spirits in there because of the circumstances of their deaths in that building. Pretty intense. And for some reason this brown fair lane was very significant. So if it's relevant to you, yeah, take heed. I don't know whether this is like a past situation and we're talking about you know, like a massacre place that somebody may be living in, or something like that, where there has been a dreadful thing happen. But to me it was like a retaliation type situation between races. I'll leave it there, right? I don't even know whether I should have even said that, but it was definitely a thing. Yeah. Just let me sage again a little bit. So it was very, very. It was very much a trauma-filled dream, I can tell you that. You know, people being killed in awful ways. Anyways, but it was to do with this building. It was white. That was the other thing. It was all white. Like the outside was painted white. You know how they fill in the windows of shops with white? It was like that. And inside the building, the walls were white. One fortunate thing I didn't see was the blood. There was no, I didn't see any of that. I think it was because I escaped that. But anyway, it was then a case of this, with this other person that came to find me in this place, this man. And it was like this, only there was no job. The children were gone. I think. Wow, that's so significant now. That is so significant. This is, I don't know if it's past, present, or future. Somebody. The Fool. It's like leaving all these burdens behind. Oh, it's like all the past burdens of past traumas. So this is, I think, this is more like, and we've got 10 places I'm seeing this. This is a global thing. Moving on from all those traumas, this is where we're making way for this. We're making way for this freedom. Away from all the past traumas. New growth. See? It's got the flower in the hand there. And I couldn't help but notice the new growth on the ends of these sticks. So past, you know, this is a bit like another reading. It's like all the past losses in our world, like globally in our world, all the past losses are being recognised, being seen. These burdens that people have been carrying are now being recognised, seen, and making way for this new beginning. Because these past traumas are being recognised. King of Swords and Path. Three of Wands. What's left? Wow. It's like, and also, you know, like, what's left and looking forward. So, the past, there's two wands there in the past, and then there's this one that is holding on to moving forward. This is in reverse. Something about that. Hanging on to the past. So it's a King of Swords. It's like this. This is the King of Swords, like guarding the past. This is guarding the past traumas. Like, it's like this person doesn't want these traumas to be seen. Oh dear. This is not good, because it's not allowing for people to move on like this for a new beginning, because people are holding on to past traumas or guilt. They're stifling the change. So what happens when people don't, you know, like if they suppress something and don't allow it to be seen and dealt with in an open way, then God comes in and makes something happen, right? This is a warning, right? This dream is a warning, because this King of Swords and this Three of Wands is like saying, this is the person that's on guard about past guilt, right, of things that have happened. And we know that, like, in our communities that we are in here, I'm in Australia and I'm in a colonial town, there was, you know, like massacres and that kind of thing. But see, this King of Swords here is an authority within those places and descendants of those occurrences of people taking on over people's properties or land, or and caused all sorts of horrible losses to people. So in the dream, in my area, most areas actually, it's the Caucasians that are taking over the indigenous lands, right? But because where we're at now, these people cannot recognize those past happenings. See, then if they don't, this is a warning, right? If they don't recognize and bring to the open past traumas that their ancestors may have done to them, then God makes something happen, like to make it happen. And I think that's what the dream was, you know, like with the service station being, you know, like the closed service station, the old car with dust over it, so the painted over windows. So that's like, you know, like past abundance. So people lose their abundance, and it's been seen in platforms, which are, it's like the windscreen of the car. It's like a smaller than the building, but the imagery is in the collage in the window of the car, which is like a platform. And that could be like all the platforms of, you know, we see on social media now. Like, so we're seeing all this on social media. We're seeing all these people's past traumas, and so it can't be ignored, right? But this person's stubborn, doesn't want to move on, right? This is why this is the Three of Wands in reverse. They want to keep it, they want to keep that suppressed because they don't want to, they're afraid of losing what they already have in their abundance. But, you know, like, God always finds a way of making this happen. Now, hopefully this isn't going to happen in the form of retaliation from the people that were affected originally, or from the ancestors of the people that were affected originally. This is the warning, right? So if this person stays stubborn and does not recognize, because it's already out there in social media, in those on those platforms, we're seeing it all over the place. It needs to be admitted and recognized. I know in my area, you know, people don't want to see and recognize or talk about what the past is. They still don't, you know, like, they still don't want to own up to it. Well, and this is the thing. It's their ancestry, but this is how the ancestors have gained their abundance, you know. So who really owns the abundance? But at the same time, we don't want to have a reoccurrence of massacres in the same way, you know what I mean? We don't want, you know, like, it's dangerous for everybody if a retaliation were to occur in the same way as the initial losses happened. If that happens again, then it's not healing it. This is why it needs to be brought into the open, like, or everything needs to be brought into the open, because because if it doesn't, then God makes it reoccur so that we learn our lessons. If we don't learn our lessons, God will make it happen, you know what I mean? Like, it's inevitable. So this is a warning for the powers that be, basically. This is what we want to get to. We want this, right? We want to have a new beginning, all of us, but together, and you know, like harmoniously on our planet, because the world has progressed so much, and there's so many people that have been born into this world that you know, are not specific. Responsible for their ancestors, but at the same time they are. So by not recognizing the past, it's deemed to happen again. Okay? This is definitely a warning. Got walking away from the dark magic here because it doesn't work. This is giving me like sadness in that moon's face. Look, the moon's watching. This is like in the dream. Where you know, the two people, surviving people, leaving with their toothbrush, you know, walking away, leaving these cups behind, leaving the abundance behind. This is and leaving the black magic, because the abundance is like, this is like the ill-gotten gains from the past. People, this is like getting, these cups here are like the abundance accumulated from darkness, dark magic, darkness, okay? And this is walking away. Look, so we so this is like, here we've got the Two of Wands, and so this is like looking forward, right? Looking forward. This person's got their ball in their hand. Now in the dream, when I was talking about, you know, worrying about a toothbrush, it was more like the toiletries, the toilet bag, the things that keep you clean, that I was concerned with for some reason. And that was what the other person went to retrieve for me from the place of, you know, slaughter. So this to me is like the ball, is like the toiletries, the toilet bag is like the only clean, the thing that was clean, the only thing for cleanliness. Almost like objects to clean away all that past. I don't know if that's... So this person's got their toilet bag and they're looking forward with their rod to, okay, so what they've got left is just that of what can, you know, like nurture them, I guess, something that nurtures to move forward in this new, and so that's all they're left with is just that small things that nurtures for self-growth, and leaving behind what doesn't serve anymore. That's right at the back here, because that past is not serving the collective anymore. We're moving forward with what nurtures and what cleans our souls, cleans our energy, cleaning our past energies. And this is like on the collective, this is for everybody, right? And then moving forward here, moving forward from here, we have a Knight of Cups. And this to me is like, look, this is a Knight of Cups, and this is like the man that, it's more like this. This is like the man that went to retrieve the, whatever it was in the dream, right? The toilet bag, or the nurturing objects. And this can go two ways, right? So from here, it's like this person with their nurturing objects and cleaning the energy, like cleansing all that negativity away with this object or toiletries. And then this can be, the Knight of Cups can be like an apology, like an offering to prevent. It's almost feels like this is like too late, like it almost feels like it's already happened to me. It's already this way. And this is the man that's gone and collected the toiletries for them to move on together. And you know, the landscape and the river is significant here. This is like the back of the building, like this castle here. And moving forward, we're moving forward on the landscape, away from, like that's like here too, like this is like moving off into the landscape. There's no buildings in these pictures. And this is looking forward away from these buildings. And something significant about the, you know, the service station with the windows painted out and the dust over the cars. So that this wasn't moving, the vehicles were not moving. There was no movement of vehicles. This is heavy. Shit. So this is like, you know, like having those things ready to move, like, but there's a freedom in this, like, we have the Empress here. Oh, look. That was what I was just talking trapped in the back. Wow, that's like inside this building that I was talking about. There's a massacre there. The Empress is separate from that. Outside. This is like what was inside. This is the Empress outside. Outside of that. And the Empress is here like in amongst the field, like I said there, you know, like going to the landscape. Oh my God. Yeah, moving to the landscape. Look, she's in the, see the forest there and the river's running down here. There's wheat, there's abundance in the landscape. This is where I'm moving to. From this desolate place. Look, this is going on somewhere. This is leaving behind the castle here. This is the building. So they're looking forward with their little parcel, their little world and their rod, moving across the landscape. This looks kind of desolate, but there is a river there with a cup and an offering. It's like moving with a lighter heart. Like this Knight of Cups is like moving with a soft heart, not hardened. So somehow this has softened the heart. Or, oh my gosh. So those that couldn't soften their hearts and be forthcoming and open about whatever happened in the past, these ones with the soft and light hearts are the ones that are being allowed to move forward off into the landscape and rebuild abundance. I'm getting really emotional. This is revelation, right? This is the chosen. These are the chosens with the soft heart. Those that have lightened their hearts are allowed to leave it behind and move forward and rebuild, regrow this landscape. This is a very, very powerful message. Sorry. But this is this is very deep. All right. So we've got a main male here that is a fool. And this new cycle, we have a main male. And you know, like new cycle, it's the number one moving forward. The living room, from the living room, moving forward from the living room. And the living room was like that building that I was talking about. It's the lost the Three of Wands here. 21. This is 3. Now 21 was yesterday. It was the winter solstice here. It's also my brother's birthday. He passed away. And this is the living room that I can look back on, where all the people were taken out violently. But what's odd is in this, it's very symbolic, right? This is symbolic. In some places it's actually the reality of it. But in the dream it was symbolic because there was no, after the people were wiped out, this is why I feel it was like, after the people were killed, like there was no, it was almost like spirit had killed the people because there was no actual physical people there, even though they were getting cut up and everything. So it's like, just a spirit taking them out. There's no actual physical occurrence of like a slaughter, but it is a slaughter in this living room, you know, like that stability of people like this King of Swords, that it's a spiritual thing, like it's like people are spiritually being slaughtered. This King of Swords, please, the King of Swords is like this stubborn energy, because, and so this has happened because of this stubborn energy. Unexpected money. Yes, it's like they're guarding the money, or, you know, the material wealth. Sitting on it. But to only lose it in the end, because that's the spiritual slaughter. And I've got to leave it behind with the Eight of Cups here. And look, Spirit's sad, like, see the moon? See the sad face? Because, you know, Spirit's sad because, you know, like, people are using this black magic for their own gain, you know? It's all their own material gain. Using dark magic for their own benefit, their own material gain. Eight of Cups. They've been judged. This is judgment call. This is the court is judgment. 23-5, and that's the change. And 9 is also, so 27, that's 9, 27, so we've got, okay. So let's have a look at this. And now, so we've just had the 21st in the living room. There's been a spiritual slaughter in the living room, but they're still sitting on this stubborn person. There's a number 9 here. It's finished, it's the end, it's done, right? They're still sitting there on this chair, at this desk. Holding on to their unexpected money, holding on to their material wealth, holding on to material things, and they've been forced to walk away with the Eight of Cups, with judgment, with the court here. Magician in reverse. A meeting. The Magician in reverse is like, and we have a meeting here. So this is a meeting in the spirit world. We have the 4, which is stability. So somebody's having a meeting about their stability. Their so the 4 is like the building we're talking about, the place, and with the magician is like the manifester. So what is the plan? And because we've got a meeting here, it's a plan about holding on to the stability. And because we've got the magician in reverse, the plan is dark. It is not what God wants. So somebody's having a meeting to try and hold on to their stability, but it's not. Yeah, it's like clinging on, right? And not letting go of, letting go of the material. And it's like that, you know, when the old service station shed, which was the abundance, and the old car with dust all over it, it's not moving, it's stagnant, right? It's stagnant, it's not flowing, it's not progressing, it's just, you know. And so spirit coming in and spiritually slaughtering that household is making the shift. And that was the spiritual meeting. Two of Wands. We have a legal matter here, and a good lady, number 6. It's the 6th month, I'll say. We're in the 6th month, it's June. We've got a good lady here, and we've got a legal matter, and we've got 30. This legal matter is coming to a head, so it's causing this judgment, this legal situation. Or this good lady here, which I believe to be the collective, has the knowledge in this legal situation. Because this is the 2 of Wands, see, they've got the ball. It's like they've got the ball. They got the ball in this situation. So the collective, good lady here, has got the ball on the court, right? With this legal situation. So they hold the, and as I talking about that ball was like the nurturing materials, the toilet bag of, of cleansing materials, right? The ball is in the collective's court because they have the knowledge. Occupation in reverse. Knight of Cups. It's the Knight of Cups here. The Knight of Cups is like an offer. Big luck. And the big luck in this dream, this is 8, number 8. And we have the 8. So I'm relating this to the 8 of Cups as well. The big luck is actually that moving on and through the landscape with those tools, having that eternal, so being a number 8 too, is the abundance. That ability to, transform and transmute and be flexible in any situation. So the collective have experienced many things that have given them the ability and the knowledge to be able to move lightly with only the tools for cleansing, and that is where the real abundance is. And the big luck is, you know, just having that other person there, which is this Knight of Cups. I don't know who this Knight of Cups is, but you know, like just like being there as that support to go in to that traumatic situation and reclaim the toilet bag, reclaim the small items for cleansing, to be able to then move forward to a new landscape. And that's where the luck is with that. That it's like a small offering almost. Having that small offering to be able to move forward and become the empress in abundance in the landscape. Wow. This is amazing. Look at that. And this is where the love is. It's number 6 again. And it's 3. The Empress is the 3. And then we've got the 6. 5 and 1. 15 is 6. And here we have a prosperous and harmonious world. This is where the Empress is sitting on her throne with the support they need. Even the support being just that toilet bag of cleansing materials to cleanse the energy, cleanse the world, cleanse, you know, the situation, cleanse the energetic field. So the Empress has got the tools, and that's in love, in cleansing, in cleaning the self, you know. Being harmonious. I'm just feeling, you know, like this harmonious pleasantness, because all that darkness has been cleansed. So this is the role of the collective, right? Taking your cleansing objects, your cleansing ability, with your cleansing aura, and go out there into the world and clean. It's giving me that cleaning of the auras, you know? Cleaning of the spirit, cleaning spirit. There's hope, because there's hope. 9 again, it's the end of the road. There's hope looking forward. See, she's looking forward through a you know, telescope. That's the collective. hope for big water. The cleansing, water is cleansing. And, you know, like the Empress is there next to the water, next to the river. The Knight of Cups is near the stream, bringing a cup to be able to scoop that water and refresh and cleanse themselves. And we are by the water again. And we're leaving all those old material cups behind. That's probably full of piss. Yeah, those cups are probably full of piss and wind. You know, no, there's no real sustenance in that. It's fake sustenance. Fake, I've run out of tea. Fake sustenance in those material things. We got the real tea. Let's just have a look, see on a human level what or who is here in this, who's been affected at this time, please. Who's been affected at this time? We have a daughter and a Capricorn. We have a daughter and a Capricorn. We have an Aries. Could be a placement in somebody's chart. It could be an actual Aries. They've been affected by these people. This daughter, this Capricorn, Gemini as well. We've got a daughter, we've got a Capricorn, we've got a Gemini, and we've got an Aries. Who's been affected by this at this time? We have a church. So the church here is like, and the Aries energy is like this King of Swords here. It's like the Aries energy is like a stubborn energy, right? And this is where I feel the church is. They're under judgment because the church have not really taken that real accountability, because they're still persecuting the spirit. They're still persecuting those that are close to the spirit, the real spirit, right? They're not admitting it, right? And they're being judged. They're going to court because of their materialistic ways with work, their ideals with work, the ideals of what work is, what's important. We have a Pisces, the water, you know, I was talking a lot about the water, the cleansing energy. Pisces could Pisces could be the energy that was the sacrifice. It was the sacrifice to bring this cleansing energy about. Pisces, water, cleansing. Got an uncle. There's an uncle involved of this Pisces. The uncle is the uncle of the Pisces. else has been affected? We have a Leo who is a niece. And we have a passed away brother because he's in reverse. Is there anyone else here that's been affected? We have a mother. And we have the arts. Now the arts can be, you know, like it can be like the spiritual arts. It can be like actual arts. You know, like it's like the toilet bag, the cleansing materials is the arts and culture. Art and culture, which is what is lost, like in our society as a whole, and what the like the colonials took away was people's culture, and they are the actual cleansing tools, the cultural materials, the arts and culture, you know, the arts and culture are the cleansing materials. It's like the toilet bag in the dream, right? The cleansing materials is the arts and culture. You see, it's not material gain. The coven. The coven is the group. We've got the church here, right? So the church came out, so we've got the church, the coven. The arts can also be like, you know, it can be dark because we've got the magician in reverse, and that is people using their toilet bag in the wrong way, you know, using their cleansing materials, using the arts dark. Not all spiritual arts, you know, you've got those who are the emperor, who are the empress, those that have the authority in the arts that use the toilet bag wisely, but in the past, the people that held the toilet bag, the cleansing materials, the gifts, the spiritual gifts, have used them in the wrong ways, and this is why spirits brought this message to say, oh shit, I'm getting emotional again. That spirit here up. Okay. So that spirit here is saying that the gifts have been used in the wrong ways. So they were taken from the cultures were taken, the toilet bag was taken. They are the gifts of the gifts that we receive from Spirit, the Holy Spirit. So those that hold those gifts, that has to be used in the proper ways. Whereas if, you know, like in the wrong hands, which is what we've had here with the magician in reverse, people have used it for their own material gains and their own prosperity, and you know, been selfish and leaving people outside. Like, wow, that's why I'm making that connection with, like, the front of the building was, you know, like painted over. It was like the old service station closed down, and we were sitting on these pallets outside of what was inside. Was like a, you know, like the living room was abundant, you know, like it was comfort, whereas we were sitting outside on the pallets, and with this old dusty car, you know, which was, you know, non-functional. It's just parked there and accumulating dust, but it had the window with the colour in it, which was like, like the poster you put on your social media platform, and the back of the colours, it was all the colours in the windscreen. So it was like the collective, like they weren't there in the, in the lavish living room. They're being seen in the screen, in the windscreen of the dusty car, which I'm seeing as like the social platform screen. That's so weird. That's pretty cool. And yeah, I've got a sister at the bottom of the deck here, and a Shire in reverse. So this is the system. This is the Shire. This is the overall. The overall. So the power's it's shifting. So this is the thing. If this stubborn person in the coven, in the churches, if they're not recognizing what was, what, like properly, and actually really, because they're using the arts and culture in the wrong ways. That's still going on. The arts and culture are actually being used by the authorities for material gain, and those following behind, doesn't matter whether you're Indigenous ancestry or not, it depends on your intention, whether you're there for the right reasons, whether you're there for material gain, or whether you're there actually bringing hope and clarity, or clean water to the masses. Hope and clear, cleansing, clear, real cleansing of the people. The spiritual cleansing. Who's bringing the spiritual cleansing here? Are you using your arts and culture and spiritual gifts for material gain? Or is it for clearing the negative energies and cleaning people's souls? What is it? So I'm going to leave it there, and I hope you have a lovely day. I'm going to go for a nice walk now, and I think it must be raining last night, was it? Because I can hear like the cars going past outside, and it sounds like there's water on the road. But anyway, I'm going to go and have my walk now, so I'll see you again